Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365 and a new month is upon us, so let's take a look at what I picked up in May 2019 for Blu-ray, 4K, 3D, and Criterion. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at Movie Guy 365. Okay, a new month is in the books. We are in June now, so let's take a look at everything I picked up at Blu-ray, 4K, everything. You know, it's been a really good month for me. Good catalog stuff, a lot of good 4K, only a couple 3Ds this time. So let's start off with our standard 3D stuff for Blu-ray. As I mentioned, not a whole lot going on, and of course you have to import most of everything these days here in the United States. So yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt, but I still like to support the format. So this month I did pick up the German release of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Other than a little bit of a problem with the thought bubble dialogue being in German, where other countries like even Italy and I know Australia also have it in English. But other than that, the 3D looks very, very good. I feel it's definitely worth importing if you can. Definitely check it out. It's an awesome movie on top of that, but yeah, absolutely good 3D on this. Lego Movie 2, the second part in 3D. I picked this one up here in the States. This one did not have an exclusive, no slipcover or anything, but I heard a couple of people did get it through Amazon or something. I think it was just like your mileage may vary kind of situation. In this case, I don't feel the 3D was overly strong. It was kind of flat in places. I don't believe this is necessarily a must get in the 3D format, but if you want to support the format in any way you can, definitely get it if you like the movie. So yeah, Lego Movie, the second part in 3D. Now, before we start the standard Blu-ray and the 4Ks, I got a couple extra Criterions this month. Normally I would just throw this in the Blu-ray pile, but it's sort of big enough to have its own pile this month. And of course, we do have the Barnes & Noble Criterion sale coming up very, very shortly, probably within the next week or two. And that usually lasts for about a month, so I'm going to be picking up a ton. So look out for more updates on that in next month's haul video. But the first one I picked up was Kiss Me Deadly. There was a really good deal for this on Amazon. How to get it? I haven't seen this one in years, but it's good classic Hollywood cinema. It's worth picking up, I feel. Also picked up the Sword of Doom. Come on, you know, just anything, like, you know, just awesome samurai flicks. I'm definitely gonna be doing a series of samurai films. Look for those in the summertime. I can't wait to explore these further. So if you want to check out Sword of Doom, look for that either on my channel or pick up the movie itself. As I mentioned, there's a sale coming up. It's absolutely worth getting, and it's the coolest title of like ever. I mean, honestly, the Sword of Doom is just amazing. Also, we have Tarkovsky's Stalker. I believe this is on its way out of print. I wanted to get my hands on this copy before it did so. But yeah, Stalker, it's a very cerebral film, and it's long and it requires patience, but I feel it definitely rewards you in the end. It's an awesome film by Tarkovsky. Absolutely check this one out. It's really just one of those great, you know, Hollywood gems, but it's, you know, considering it is a Russian-made film, it definitely belongs like in your library. And of course, the most recent release on Criterion, just did a review for this one, is David Lynch's Blue Velvet. So go ahead and check out my review for that one. Come on, if you're a Lynch fan, you're gonna love what's going on here. There's a ton of special features, a new restoration. It looks great, it honestly does. So definitely check that one out. All right, so we are now gonna go check out the Blu-ray stuff, and we're gonna begin a lot of catalog stuff here, but you know, I didn't review everything here, but if it's a new release, the chances are I did review it. First one I wanted to pick up was Parenthood, Steve Martin's. Got a really good deal on this one. I've had my eye on it for quite some time. But yeah, Parenthood, absolutely worth picking up. It's one of Steve Martin's best films. They did do a TV show off of it, and that got a lot of, you know, acclaim and stuff. But I feel this is definitely worth owning and worth checking out. The original, absolutely, just it's relevant even today. The same struggles that a lot of, you know, families go through. It's absolutely one of those films. Also, come on, it was $5. I've been wanting this for a while. I finally saw it in the bin. Waiting. Come on. Like, one of the raunchy films, you know, good Ryan Reynolds stuff, early Ryan Reynolds stuff, but there's a good cast in there that's gone on to do bigger things, you know, Anna Faris and such. But yeah, definitely check it out while waiting. I mean, come on, it's funny as hell, even though the sequel is just, next one we have here is, of course, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Another one I wanted to get on Blu-ray. You know, I don't know if this will ever get bumped up to 4K format, but I probably would buy it in 4K. I have such fond memories of this one. Believe it or not, the second one, The Bogus Journey, I'm not a huge fan of, but I will revisit that one eventually, check it out. Maybe just, when I saw it, it just wasn't, you know, the right time. I don't know. I love this one, absolutely worth getting, but Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. And of course, staying on the Steve Martin train for a minute is Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Love this film. Thought about getting the, I believe Shout Factory put this out. I don't know if it was too much, you know, we get this one for $5, but then the Shout Factory's trying to charge you $25 for it. You know, I don't know. To me, I think it's a $5 title, but you know, maybe I'll get that Shout Factory version at some point. But this is a great movie. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, absolutely worth owning. And of course, this one also, Fargo. I believe this one eventually will hit the 4K format, and I'm trying not to buy titles that I think will hit 4K relatively soon. But who knows when or if they'll ever get to it. Coen Brothers have not exactly been rushing to put their stuff out in 4K. There's only a select few movies that do have the format there. But in the meantime, the original Fargo, if you haven't a chance to check out the FX series, absolutely do so. It's excellent. And of course, this one was the sequel to Happy Death Day, Happy Death Day to You. Didn't like this one as much as the first one. I thought the first one was really clever, it was smart, it was fun. This one I think just went a little too cartoony for my taste, but I appreciate what they're trying to do, but I think they need to kind of steer things back a little bit more, a little more focus. And not be so, you know, oh, we're fourth walling everything. You know, that's kind of felt what they were doing here. But, you know, it has its moments. Jessica Roth is awesome actress in it. So definitely check it out for her alone, and it's got a few good moments. So it's definitely put it in your watch list. So I Married an Axe Murderer. I've been wanting this one for a long time. Finally got a decent price on it. So come on, Michael Myers. You know, I'm thinking about a couple scenes in it when he's playing like what is it, his grandfather. You know, when he's yelling at the kid with the giant head. Every time I see this movie cover, that's exactly where I go to. I mean, Michael Myers, I think, or Mike Myers, is awesome. You know, he makes you laugh, and you know, it's a shame that, you know, he couldn't really do anything recently, but you know, he's popped in here and there, and you know, it's good to see him whenever he's on. But come on, this is a good one. Also, brand new this month was Fighting with My Family. As a old-time wrestling fan, and not so much, you know, current wrestling fan, I still really enjoyed this film. I thought the cast did wonderful. Steve Merchant directed a good movie. It's got a lot of heart to it, and it's really decent. Even if you're a casual or just semi-casual wrestling fan, I think you're really going to get a lot out of this one. I enjoyed it quite a bit. You know, of course, it doesn't exactly hit beat for beat on true, you know, things that are happening in true life with Paige. But it's a movie, you know, it's not supposed to be, you know, beat for beat like her life, but it's a good dramatization, and I enjoy it. There's a lot of good comedy in here as well. Also, the remake of The Untouchables, and that is The Upside. I enjoyed this one quite a bit. I like both movies for their own way. You know, The Untouchables is good, and I really enjoyed that one. But The Upside it's good for a remake. I like Cranston, I like Kevin Hart. Excellent movie in my opinion. It's worth checking out. Definitely check this one out on Blu-ray if you can. And finally, for Blu-ray is The Third Man. Now, I really want this Criterion bad, but it's out of print, and I'm not paying $200 for it. Anybody out there has a copy, let me know in the comments, because I would really love to get a Criterion edition of The Third Man. But yeah, come on, Orson Welles, just classic noir. I mean, seriously, the influence that this movie has on movies from this point on is just too many to number. But it's a fantastic film. You haven't had a chance to check it out, go see The Third Man. Like, just get it. This one was relatively cheap. As I said, there is a Criterion out there, but it is out of print. No way I'm paying $200 for that. But yeah, definitely check out The Third Man. All right, now it's time to check out all the 4Ks I picked up this month, and there were some good titles, a lot of good catalog stuff. So let's start out with probably the hardest one I had to review this month, which was Crank, starring Jason Statham. Visually, this movie is just crazy all over the place, just as it stands. Add in HDR and the 4K format, it takes it to a different level. A lot of it works, some of it doesn't. I would probably recommend, if you are a huge fan of it, definitely pick it up. But if you have the standard Blu-ray, you might be okay just holding off on this one. But it's still worth getting. It's a crazy-ass movie, but yeah, come on, Crank is pretty cool. Also, which I feel did a really good job, Sony did with their transfer, Godzilla 1998. This movie has never looked better. It looks fantastic. Great amount of detail. The HDR looks just wonderful in it. There's a lot of deep black levels, HDR highlights that look really, really well done. And if you're a fan of giant monster movies, as I am, this is definitely up your alley. Also, another new release is Cold Pursuit. Another one which, you know, on the 4K format, I like to, you know, just promote it as much as I can. This one was also kind of difficult because it takes place primarily in like a snowy area. And while it does have some good HDR highlights and some, you know, deeper black levels and that kind of thing, this is nothing to showcase your system off with. It's definitely one of those that if you are buying in 4K new releases, sure, you would get this one. But is it essential? I would probably say no. I mean, it's a quirky as hell movie. I enjoyed it. I know a lot of people didn't. But yeah, so Cold Pursuit, it's a hit or miss, but for me, I definitely was happy to pick this one up. Also, I was looking forward to this one so much, and of course I had to get the Steelbook because, you know, you gotta match everything. How to Train Your Dragon 3, The Hidden World, Best Buy exclusive Steelbook edition. Absolutely love this film. I loved all three of them. Visually, they're fantastic movies on their own right. They are not so much kid films, but there's a lot for adults to enjoy here as well. There's a lot of good theming and that kind of thing. And I enjoyed it, and we have a 3D version internationally coming in the next couple weeks, so definitely look for a review for that one. But yeah, 4K looks fantastic. It really does. Deep, deep color. You know, visually designed and influenced by Roger Deakins, who just has a wonderful flair. If you've seen movies like Blade Runner and that kind of thing, absolutely, you know, had his hands in all three of these films, and it's worth checking out for that alone. But yes, the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook, absolutely worth picking up. But if you can't, you know, the standard slipcover is good too. Also, Lego Movie, the second part, also good looking HDR, nothing to really blow your system away with, but you know, it just falls under that weird, you know, animation thing with 4K and HDR where some of it looks really, really good, some of it not as well. This one I think falls kind of in the middle. It's good, and it's one of those, as I mentioned, if you are already buying the 4K format, you should pick it up in this version. They didn't really have any exclusives for the 4K. They did have a Steelbook edition for the Blu-ray, which, you know, was nothing special in my opinion. But yes, if you're a fan of the first movie, you're probably going to be a fan of this one. I didn't feel it was as strong as the first one, but it's still fun in its own right. And of course, I reviewed this one, and I was very excited when I reviewed it because I feel it's a dramatic increase in what you got on your standard Blu-ray, and that is Ron Howard's Backdraft. Everything from the audio to the picture just looks just overwhelmingly, you know, just a super upgrade. It's awesome. You know, you really get a lot going on with this disc. You can get it relatively cheap because it is a catalog title. But if you want to know what catalog titles can look like on the 4K format when given proper love and attention and restoration, yeah, Backdraft absolutely will satisfy that itch. It's awesome. When that music just fills your room, I still get a little choked up because of how much it's one of the better soundtracks I've ever heard. Awesome, awesome movie. Absolutely get this. Highest recommendation for that one. And of course, another Steelbook of a movie that came out this month, and that is Black Hawk Down. I went back and forth deciding if I was going to get the Steelbook or the standard slipcover because they were so close together. But then at the end of the day, of course, the Steelbook won out. Another just fantastic looking 4K disc. I was surprised what they could do with it. Ridley Scott's Black Hawk Down just never looked better than this. It's really, I could compare it to Godzilla as far as, you know, the attention given to detail, as far as, you know, the Sony has been known to put out really, really good looking discs. And despite the unusual, you know, camera filters and that kind of thing, this has just awesomeness all over it. It's worth it. Pick it up. You can't go wrong either cover or the slip cover or the steelbook. Awesome, awesome movie. And of course another one, Hellboy 2, Guillermo del Toro's second entry, The Golden Army. You know, we should be getting a first one hopefully this year, later this year. I can't wait to review that one. But this one looks beautiful. This is a gorgeous looking picture. It makes me super excited for the upcoming Pan's Labyrinth that is going to be hitting 4K very, very soon. I can't wait to review that one. That one I'm really going to be geeking out over, so check it out. But yeah, if you like Hellboy and you like Hellboy 2, not the reboot, but yes, this is absolutely worth picking up in the 4K format. And my last 4K movie for the month is one that I just absolutely love what they did with, as far as, you know, presenting it in HDR, The Field of Dreams 4K Best Buy exclusive steelbook. Absolutely love this steelbook. It's going to probably be in one of my top 10 contenders of best steelbook of 2019. But the picture itself and the audio care are really, really done well here, and it's never looked better. It's an amazingly emotional movie, and just I appreciated it all over again when I saw it in 4K. So I would just get it. Just get it. Doesn't matter which version you get. You are a 4K lover and you have, you know, a good collection. You should have this in your collection. So that's going to do it for what I picked up in the month of May. Let me know in the comments below, what did you pick up? And in the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.